guys, it's Joette with BalloonCoach.com, and today we are having an open Q&A session, and it's actually a prep session for all of those who are our ticket holders and our staff for Balloon Boss Summit 2023. But we wanted to open up to other people who might be on the fence looking at Balloon Boss Summit and seeing if it's the right fit for you. So I thought this is a perfect time where you can see the schedule, know who our staff is, you can ask questions about what to pack and what to expect, and see what those extra bonus hands-on sessions that we're going to have to help you build not only your confidence in building better balloons, but also your confidence as a balloon boss, as a person running your business and helping you become more efficient and make more money. So for those of you joining me live tonight, I'd love for you to share in the chat, put down if you're a staff member, if you are a delegate, or if you're a person that's not a ticket holder yet and that you're kind of looking at things, and let us know where you're from. I'd love to see that information get going. So what I'm going to do is, and for those of you who are coming back as returning delegates, that's awesome. Thank you, Patty. Patty put in, she's a third-time attendee, and she's so excited to see everyone again. That's one of the great testaments about Balloon Boss Summit, is every year we only allow 100 delegates to come to Balloon Boss Summit. So what I'm going to do is go over here and open up a new tab for you. And if you are wanting to get your ticket for BalloonCoach.com, or you're looking at more information about it, you just go to BalloonCoach.com and then go down to Balloon Boss Summit. So right here, you click Learn More. And there's also a thing across the top that says Join Us at Summit. One of the things that unique about Balloon Boss Summit is you get to sit in the round. You actually sit at a table with 6 other delegates and one of our instructors. We have 30 people on our team to help you have that opportunity to sit down side by side, learning with and from our instructor team. And then up on the stage, while one of the instructors is there talking, the other instructors are in the room learning right side by side with you. What I want to do real quick is go ahead and stop my share and introduce you all to Kelly Andrews. So Kelly, I'd like for you to say hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Joette. Good to see you.
So Kelly, can you tell us what your name is, where you're from, and what you'll be doing with us at Summit this year?
Sure. Thank you. So I'm actually from Florida, but I moved back to my hometown in Tennessee a couple years ago, pretty much to help with caregiving for my family. But I was at the Balloon Boss Summit in, I think, 2019, 2020. So I'm excited to be back, and I'll be doing some facilitation of self-care practices. Good to see you, Jonathan, one of my faves there, and Sarah. So I'll be offering yoga in the mornings, a little 30-minute class. I'll be doing the introduction with Joette at the beginning of every day. We'll kind of get the day started off, hopefully with a high motivational activity or quick self-care sort of tip, hack / activity practice. And then wrapping up the day at the end of the day. And I'll also be offering some coaching mini sessions for those of you that might be interested throughout the week, sort of as a different and new offering, which will be a little bit of a side agenda for those of you that just want some one-on-one time with me. It can be as short as 20 minutes or up to an hour, either for yoga and or for heart math and or for just coaching, self-care practicing. If you're trying to really start some new habits since 2020, business has been quite different than what it was in terms of people really looking for self-care ways to kind of create new habits and to stay healthy. So I'm excited to be here, Joette. Thank you so much again for inviting me back. I feel like I am ready to roll and ready to see all you people I've missed the last couple of years.
Yay, thank you, Kelly. So just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, if you haven't met me before, I'm Joette with BalloonCoach.com, and I started in the balloon industry full-time back in 2003. So 20 years ago, I started in the balloon industry. And one of my first clients is I took over an existing company, and one of our local colleges was a client, and Kelly actually worked there in the wellness department. And so from her office, she would see me setting up balloons in the gymnasium. So it's kind of really cool how things went full circle. She and I then also got to know each other through local networking groups. And in my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, one of the number one things I talk about is networking. And through being in those groups, I learned more about what Kelly offered. I actually went to yoga classes at her studio in Lakeland. I got to see her business development as she went from working at the college to then working with corporations and helping companies be able to communicate better and to have stress management and all this awesome stuff. So back in 2019, one of my instructors at Summit talked about how I was very much daring, that I stepped out and did something totally different with what I was doing with our Balloon Boss program. And I was offering the things that I knew balloon business owners needed, but they weren't asking for because they didn't know they needed it. And Kelly was one of those things. And at the beginning of the week, some people were like, why is Kelly here? I don't get this. And by day 3, people were like, can I change that review? I totally get it now. I'm so glad Kelly's in the room. And when can she come back? So for those people who had missed her the last couple of years, we're really glad that she's going to be able to join us again this year to help you guys just focus in on having an awesome day, wrapping our head around things at the end of the day, and kind of to help reduce the overwhelm that sometimes happens as a balloon business owner and going to a conference. So Kelly, so glad that you can come. I know you've got to jump off, but I'm glad you're able to join us this evening. A couple other folks that are on this evening that I would love to introduce is, I believe I heard that Sarah was on. Was that true? And Sarah Meyer, if you are you able to say hello real quick? Yay! You're muted.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
So Sarah, what was the first decor training that you went to as a full course for your business?
Yeah, it was parade, and I always get it wrong. Parades, profits, and promotions.
Parade, promotions, and profits. Yep.
Mix them up.
Something like that. PPP.
Yeah, so it was a hands-on week where Joette was hosting the event and Balloons by Tommy was prepping for their Pride Parade. So I had never blown up a balloon. I had with a hand pump, but I didn't know what any of the equipment was. I didn't know what any of the lingo was. I learned everything. So that was the best thing I ever did. And it kind of put me on the fast track of learning decor.
So what I love about her story is that she went from being a novice in balloons. She had been a background in face painting, and then she started her career and she worked a full-time job up until this last year, correct?
Yeah. Yep. March. So 7 years doing both. It was a lot.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love about Balloon Boss Summit is I give you guys a set of 30 diverse instructors. And what I mean by that is we have people who are home-based. We have people who just do this for a little bit of income. Some people who do it for their full income. We have people who have venues. We have people who have rental companies. We have people who work from a warehouse, a storefront, or from their home. So I want you guys to, number one, understand that when you come to Balloon Boss Summit, it is not a judging ground with, oh, the person who does $1 million in sales, they're the best. No. Everybody's on the same playing field. We all sit at the same tables together and we're all learning from each other, because a lot of times my larger companies who've been around for 20, 30 years, they're learning from the brand new people about tech. And then the brand new people who know about tech are learning about the foundations of building really awesome balloons from the people who've been around a long time. So I love Sarah's story and seeing the progress that she's made over time. And she will be sitting in one of her favorite places, either the lounge or the pool. And Sarah, can you share a little bit about some of the tech stuff you're going to be sharing?
Oh my gosh, I'm getting kicked off.
Oh no.
Shoot,
okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Don't know why she's getting kicked off, but she'll be back. But for those of you who don't know, she's sponsored by 17 Hats. And that is a program that she uses her customer management system. And so she loves talking to people about that. So I will let her come back in a minute. And Jonathan, I see you there, but I'm going to skip you for just 1 second. And I'm going to see if I can put Dale Moore on the spot. Dale is going to be a returning person. And I'm just checking to see if he happens to be able to at least open up his mic. And if not, that's okay.
Hey, Joette.
Hey. So how long have you been in the balloon industry?
We turned 50 years old, March.
Woo!
And I was 13 when the business started, and I started full-time when I was 20. So about 40 some years now.
That's awesome. And you came to Balloon Boss Summit a couple of years ago, correct?
Yes, and learned so much. Oh my gosh.
Which we're using.
Yay! So what's really cool is with 50 years in the industry, you're coming back again, correct?
Correct.
And why
Correct.
are you coming back?
Well, definitely we can learn every chance we can at a convention. And what I love about yours is it's everything. It's not just the balloons, it's the business, it's the health, it's all of it. And that's so wonderful.
Yay! Well, I'm so excited that Becky's going to be able to join us this year. So he's
And
bringing
sorry,
did I say the wrong name?
no, that was right. But my stepdaughter, Becky's daughter, is also coming, Elizabeth. So
Yay! So
Right now, it's the three of us running the business.
that is awesome. So they're
And
going
I have
through
a full-time job besides. So.
so they're going through transitions with their business, and I love that they're coming to Balloon Boss Summit to be able to gain more knowledge and to help them put their plan together. So Dale, I'm looking forward to seeing you again in Orlando. Thanks for sharing your experience.
yeah.
Awesome. Yay. All right, guys. So here's the thing that I love about Balloon Boss Summit is it's eclectic from the people who are brand new in the industry to the people who've been around 50 years, all learning from each other in one space. We have 18 seats left. So if you've been on the offense, all you have to do is go to BalloonCoach.com and page down and then grab your seat. And then I'm going to go ahead and for those of you who are dying to know more about the schedule, I'm going to do that. But you click right here to buy now. The price is currently $25.97. If you're a Balloon Boss Mastermind member, you do get a $300 discount. So you can message me after this and get the discount or look in your email because Mastermind members did get an email today to remind you what that discount code is. And again, we're doing the hands-on build, learning from people at stage, and then all of our instructors are right here. I'm not going to name them all because I know y'all can read, but I do want to do a shout out and thank Vitalik, which is now Sempertex USA, for bringing in Jonathan Gerber. He is going to be teaching on lights, tunnels, and ceiling decor. And then Paul-Ann Gray from Party Divas is sponsored by Jamar, and she's going to be teaching on props and fabric working with balloons. I know that's a big thing that people have been asking about. Charlie and Tammy are being sponsored by Qualitex this year, and they're going to be teaching walls and how to make really cool structures and designs. They're going to do our garden theme kickoff, which I'll be showing you in just a minute. And then Eve Antonello from Qualitex will be the one doing the CBA exam on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you're coming to Summit, you can come in on Friday the 3rd, stay at the hotel, and then come hang out with us on Saturday for the prep, or to go in and actually take the CBA exam if you have everything turned in by October 4th. Tiffany is coming in from Confetti Castle, sponsored by Tuftex. And the really cool thing that I've learned about Tiffany over the last year is she will work hard to get something done. She helped me out at Balloon University to build moon rocks for hours and hours one night after dinner to get that task accomplished. And she is known for her organics, but she also now is trained in classic decor. She's going to be sharing with us a really cool photo op for our opening, and I'm giving you guys information on fringe because everybody's been asking how she does her fringe. I'm not sure if Sarah got back or not. There she's back. So Sarah, go ahead and jump on for us real quick and tell us just a little bit about what you're going to be sharing in the lounge or the pool deck.
Yeah, sorry, my computer restarted. So I'm sponsored by 17 Hats. So I will be also accompanied by Nicole, who is my personal friend, but also she has kind of built a business doing full 17 Hats setups. So there will be 2 of us this year because I couldn't handle it myself. So she will be kind of doing like the tech heavy stuff, and I will be doing more of the like theoretical stuff. Like, here's what you're actually trying to accomplish with this software, not like, here, we're going to go into the settings and actually like do it. But so I am going to be talking about kind of identifying your best clients, like some reporting on how to actually like find and evaluate your clients. Then a session about like tagging and actually figuring out systems to be able to locate them. And then the last area we're going to talk about is setting up like a follow-up sequence. So I think a lot of us have those big clients that come and then we complete the job and then we just kind of hope they rebook us next year. But if you are kind of on top of that and you are the one reminding them to rebook you, it makes it feel like you have enough repeat clients that you get to be picky and choosy about the new clients. So it's really fun. And of course, using 17 hats to kind of help organize all of that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. And again, what I love about Sarah is she's been through the programs, she's in the mastermind, and now she imparts so much wisdom on people through the Bright Balloon podcast. If you're not listening to that yet, you need to. It's homework before you come to Summit, just to give you some positive energy and fun in your day. And Sarah, thank you so much for coming back this year. I'm so glad that 17 Hat sponsors her. That's the coolest thing too, is as far as I know, that was like the first time like somebody outside of like a balloon manufacturer, balloon distributor was sponsoring somebody for a balloon class. So that was pretty cool. And so I'm excited to have her back again this year, and with Nicole to help out with all those technical questions that people have. So that makes it really fun. All right, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. And I see that Belinda Barrier is on. I'm about to get to her. So Belinda, if you're able to jump on with us, that would be great. So as we were talking about 17 hats, Jeff Kelly with Balloon Suite is also a sponsor, and people love hanging out, talking tech with him, all the stuff that's outside of my league. He'll be talking about Google and so much more. So I know people love hanging out with him with their computers to really get a better understanding. And now, after being at Summit for several years and going to other events in the industry, he's worked with a ton of balloon companies. And so he can really talk the balloon and the tech, which is nice. Tabitha Miller is being sponsored by Having a Party. And right now she actually is hosting a training at her hometown in Louisiana because she just did bid day for the colleges, where she served 11 of the 12 sororities on one of their campuses. And it was such a big event. She brought in some other people for hands-on training to help accomplish that install, which is cool because when Tabitha first started with us, she was working with balloons from home, and now she's been able to buy a new home with her balloon business and has a lot of really great stories to share at the event. Diana Gladden is being sponsored by Brody's Balloons, and she is going to be talking about sales conversations. So many of us struggle with making the sale. We can tell them about pretty balloons, but it's that closing of the sale that is often hard. And Diana, she knows how to close a sale and even do a $70,000 week. So the woman knows her stuff, and I can't wait to have her on the stage to kick things off for us on that Sunday. Stephanie Coalfield is coming from High Float. So for those of you, she's being sponsored by High Float. She has a storefront, and she has done balloon deliveries for over 20 years using High Float. And so you guys that haven't worked with helium as much, there's going to be a station set up for you to work with her, several of our other instructors, and Liz Romani to actually inflate balloons with helium and High Float to have that practice. Liz is coming from Premium Conwin, so you can try out all the different equipment, see what's best for you. And then Belinda, are you able to open up your mic for us?
Yes, I can. It looks like I have it's dark, but I can chat.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you just want to share with
Do you
us.
want to keep talking about people and me jump in, or do you?
Yeah, well, I was getting ready to say that Belinda was sponsored by Toy World. And so Belinda, can you share what you're going to be teaching for us?
Yeah, so one of the things that, hey guys, if I haven't met you, I am Glenda and I am in Jacksonville, Florida, and have been in business for over 20 years. And one of my passions is making decor that anybody on my team can make so that I can scale it and sell it. And so I think that that's super important if you want to grow. And so I'm going to focus on tabletop centerpieces, and we're going to make a whole bunch of different items, taking a couple different designs, changing out the components of it. And the second part of the class is we're going to all leave with a catalog, a PDF, however you want to use it in your funnels to sell tabletop decor to your clients.
Yay! So for those of you who don't know, professional photography is a really big component of our event. So we will be getting some of the photos from past centerpieces, plus the items that we make during the week, and putting them into Canva templates for you, plus giving you the actual images so that you can put it into your own catalog. And then Belinda, what's one of your favorite things about Summit? Usually happens in the afternoon.
Yeah, so well, besides poolside and chit-chatting at night, that's obviously the favorite, but I have always raved about the food that happens during lunch or any of the food that Joette serves at her. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm smiling.
But it is always such great selection. It's always really good food, and the conversations are always amazing.
Yay.
So if you guys have been there, if you're on this right here, back me up. Somebody tell me that you like the food too. Who's been there? Do you think I'm crazy?
Yep. Isabel put amazing food, seriously the best. And here's the thing, guys. One of the things that we do with the food is I make it as a buffet every day. Many other events that I go to, you either have to go scrounging for food, eat something out of your room, or you don't have time to go run, get something and come back. So you're like eating a granola bar. Or I've also been to other places where the food is just not as great as what we have at Disney Springs Holiday in Orlando. And it's their chef is amazing. He's been there for years and he does a great job. So I make sure to mix it up a little bit. So like one day will be Mexican and you can make a taco salad or tacos. Another day it's going to be like an Italian. We always like to mix it up. And then if you do have food allergies and things like that, our chef is accommodating to help out with that. So thank you so much for sharing what you're going to be teaching, Belinda, and how much you love the food in the afternoon.
I have one more piece. I just want to articulate that all of the instructors that are there, all of the attendees, because even like Dale, so many, it's not just the instructors that are bringing stuff to the table. It's people at your table. It's relationships that are built. You're going to meet people that you'll form your tribe with. But it truly is amazing that it's not the instructors are doing this, the attendees are doing this. It's really one big family, and it just overflows throughout the year, and those relationships continue.
I love it. And that's the thing is, what Balloon Boss Summit is everything that I wish other conferences would do over the years. I've been paying for conferences for 20 years and I still pay for conferences. I now go as a sponsor. That costs me a lot more because I'm usually paying for like 2 people to attend plus a booth and all this other stuff that you get to do when you're a sponsor. But I know the importance of going to events and being in a room and talking with people, even though I do Balloon Boss Mastermind online. And I absolutely love that program, and it helps support people from live events to a live event to help fill in that gap. I think there's something magical about being in the room with people who are like you and understand the struggles you go through. And then just those golden nuggets you pick up while sitting at the hot tub or dipping your feet in the pool or doing yoga in the morning or at lunch and learning from someone else that you've never met before, but there's just little tidbit of how they do something a little bit differently that's going to save you time and money. That is priceless. So what I want to do is go through a couple more of our instructors. And if you're an instructor on and I don't know that you're here, please put on your video for me so I see you. Fudge, are you still on with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So Fudge, what's one of the things that you enjoy about Balloon Boss Summit?
100% the hot tub. So, I know that was mentioned briefly in jest, but that's my favorite. I even think it was Dale I was sitting next to in the hot tub or the pool talking, and then I actually went up to their town not too long ago for a separate trip and was able to go hang out with them and see how they run their business, which by the way is awesome. They got a new facility, all kinds of cool stuff that they're doing. And yeah, I think Belinda was mentioning on that too, like just talking to other people in the industry and learning from them. And I don't know if you guys have noticed how many instructors are here, but there's like 30 or more instructors, and there's what, 100 people, is it, or 200?
Yeah, so it's 100 delegates and 30 instructors.
Yeah, so it's like 3 to 1 almost, right? So,
yeah.
And then that's just assuming you don't learn anything from any other delegate. That's a pretty good percentage. And then I typically learn stuff from delegates just as much, because even the people that are new, who have no idea what they're doing, who are just lucked into some Instagram reel, like I can learn from them too. So it's really cool to be able to go and see what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you. And Jonathan this year will be helping us with some of the stuff behind the scenes to make sure that all of your photos are named and labeled and are easy to find as you get them, because one of the cool things is you get professional photography of everything at the event. So I have a group of people this year that are going to help that as the photos are taken, before we give them to you, we're going to actually name everything so it makes sense when you download it, rather than being birthday 1, 2 through 80. You'll actually know that it's a under the sea birthday party, or it's a 40th black and gold party, that kind of stuff. And what's great is then daily you get photography that you can actually start going into your marketing calendars and be ready to send them out automatically and put those into your systems in advance. So it makes it really nice. A couple other people I want to let you know about is Nicole from Let Nicole Help. We just talked about her, that she is going to be able to help you out with systems. Misty Kaufman is being sponsored by BalloonTags.com. And when we're talking about make sure you bring your business cards with you, another option is to go to BalloonTags.com and make these really cool balloon tags instead. And so it's just a nice thing to give out. People hold on to it. It's laminated. But she's also going to be helping us out with personalization of vinyl. Bill Allen is being sponsored by LA Balloons. He is a returning person who had been in a delegate and now bumped up to staff because he was so helpful. Last year, people were asking about car dealerships and how do you get those repeat businesses? And so Bill Allen started his balloon journey in car dealerships. And then as he was making a transition into corporate and social accounts, he found me and joined Balloon Boss Mastermind and came to Balloon Boss Summit. And so he is a wealth of information and will be sharing that on how to do ceiling decor and stage things so it looks like a car dealership in the atrium that we have there. I am excited that Mauricio is being sponsored by Balloons to Go. He is a fantastic balloon designer. And I do say what he does is that mix of decor and twisting to do the deco twist, where he can make really cool things. And people have been asking me for years, and I've been hesitant to teach any type of distortion. But I love the way that Mauricio can make some simple components onto some classic decor to make a sculpture quickly and add those awesome accents. So he will be doing some demonstrations and some hands-on. Then Sheila Fluker is coming from Balloon Squad, and she's going to help talk to you guys about financing for your business, retail. She has 2 locations. One is a retail shop and one is warehouse-based. And she knows what it's like to have a team that takes care of the business for her when she's not there. So I'm excited about her sharing information. Gary Ledbetter, he is the MacGyver of balloons. And this year he's going to be teaching you the magical helium pop drop. And so if you guys have been seeing some of those videos online, especially like in Asia, where the bride and groom are walking down the aisle and the 3-foot balloon that's helium explodes and the balloons go everywhere and you can't tell how it happened, Gary's going to teach us how to do it. And nope, it's not any of the other things that he's taught us in the past. So it's a new technique, and I'm super excited that he'll be sharing that. Holland with Balloonacy will be teaching about some ways to add floral accents to your balloons. Victoria West is going to be teaching about the tripod displays that everybody's making right now, where it's either the gold frame or wooden frames, or even other little things that sticks that you put 3 together and then do a really cool display. And working with ribbons, Dory Sapool is going to be helping out with greeting everyone and with personalization in Canva. Chris Potts from Balloon Basters will be returning to help you all get your hands on balloon drops. So right now, I want you guys in the chat, those people who are watching us live, I want to know when it comes to balloon drops, I want you to put sell balloon drops, or no balloon drops, or scared of balloon drops. All right. What I have found is so many times people come to conferences year after year where we taught about balloon drops, but they're still afraid to do that for a paying client, and you're leaving so much money on the table. And so Chris is going to make sure that every single one of you gets an opportunity to actually build a drop there. We're going to have small bags that you're all going to go home with your own small bag to practice with. And you guys will have opportunities throughout the event to pull a live drop during one of our classes, one of our parties, or to make your own video out in the hallway. So I want to make sure you guys get that opportunity to get your hands on that great way to make money. Eddie Hayland will be returning this year. He is there to talk about what is next. What is your end game? Are you planning on staying in balloons to the day you die? And you're going to hire some managers to take care of things for you and still go in and touch balloons when you can? Or are you going to sell your business and walk away and have another life planned? Or do you want to do some kind of combination thing? So Eddie's going to talk about the end game, and everyone coming to Summit is going to get a worksheet about a month prior to us going for you to fill out about what you currently feel your end game is. And then if you want to do a session with him poolside during the event on Sunday or Monday, you can go in small groups and kind of talk about that end game, and he will review your end game in advance to give you some pointers and tips. So super excited for him to have that knowledge.
And
wanna
it's
jump
going to
in real
be
quick,
fun
Joanne.
because it's me.
Oh, Eddie's on. I didn't know you're on. You didn't put on your camera. So put on your camera, Eddie.
No, I'm not ready for the world.
You're not ready for the camera. Okay. So Eddie, why would you know?
I didn't know Eddie was here, so I want to say this before you say more, but I want to let everyone know that I did this one year, and I want to say I was like one of 3 people that actually did it, and it was totally worth it. So you guys have an amazing opportunity to work with him, and he's been doing this for a very long time. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing, and it's not just about balloons and latex. Even though he goes around as the king of latex, there's a lot more up there than latex, guys. So I highly recommend you guys take him up on that offer.
Thank you, Jonathan. That was very sweet.
So Eddie, why would I want to listen to you about the end game?
I have no idea why anybody would want to listen to me.
How long?
But if you do, it's almost like, let's figure out where your journey is going, and let's decide what path you want to go down, because everybody's path is a little different. And then let's figure out, are you on it? How can you improve it? And basically you get to learn from all the mistakes I've made over the years. So and we will be sending out a questionnaire, and it'll help for me to understand who you are and what you want to be, and when you grow up. But like me, I never grew up. So I'll be there for Sunday in breakouts in the afternoon, and then Monday. And then, so get me while I'm there.
Cool. So the great thing about Eddie is he'll be there on Saturday as we are building things too. He's going to do some beautiful flowers for us. You can work with him with some foil designs on Saturday if you come early for the hands-on builds. And then the thing where Eddie is very modest is he was in the balloon industry for quite a long while in Dallas, Texas. And he has traveled all over the world teaching people about balloons. But in between all of that, he invested his money wisely from balloons and has a beautiful home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida that I have been privileged to stay at several times. And it's like an oasis. It's his jungle. It's his beautiful tropical space that he's created for himself through what he did with the money he was making with balloons. So he knows what it's like to step out of that crazy work world and go into a world of adventure and mentoring other people in business and enjoying life and traveling. So for those of you guys who haven't met Eddie, he is a blast to be around, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him in just 11 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead through the last part of our team that I haven't told you about yet. Mindy Ellis, she has been to Summit several times and then stepped up to the plate last year to help me out with some logistics and coordinating of things with the event, but she loves to twist. And so last year she did a little bit of twisting at the end and the beginning, and people who sat next to her and worked on those projects absolutely loved it and asked for us to expand that. So we'll have more opportunities for you to twist with Mindy, with Mauricio, and with Eve this year. So I'm excited about that. And then we've already talked about Kelly. The last 2 people that are super important to this event are Jenny Porter from Canada and Melissa Vinson from Paducah, Kentucky. And the 2 of them serve as your balloon photo stylist. And what they do is they make sure that our photographer and our videographer capture the best photos for you to be able to market and sell with. I spend a lot of money for a professional photographer and a professional videographer to stay with us for the entire week and to capture the images of what we create so that you can sell with it. And what we found out is that if I just left that to a photographer and a videographer, they don't know what the front and the back of the balloon looks like or what the side of the balloon looks like. And so by having these two wonderful designers be in there and styling the balloons for us, you get even better pictures. So I'm super excited about that. So what I want to do is open it up for Q&A for you guys to ask me questions that you have as I pull up the schedule and as I pull up your prep and pack list. So guys, for those of you who are on live, those of you who are saying you don't have a ticket yet and you're thinking about coming to Summit, go ahead and ask the questions that might help you make that decision today. You can type it into the chat or don't be afraid just to open up your mic and ask. Everybody's being quiet. Come on, guys. I don't bite, I promise. So for those of you who said you don't have a ticket yet, what is a question that you have that I can answer for you that I haven't answered yet? And go ahead.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, since I'm new to the industry, less than a year, and I attended Tough Techs, and I'm seeing now ads for Float, sell me on Balloon Boss Summit.
Oh, I love it. That is a great question. So my question to you is, how do you learn best? Do you learn best as a group or in a large setting of 150 people in one class and one instructor?
Small group.
Okay, so what's happening here is at Balloon Boss Summit. I'm trying to get you the schedule up for you. At Balloon Boss Summit, what happens is every day when you get there, we're in a large ballroom together. You're sitting at a table of 7 people, one of which is on my instructor team, and then 6 other delegates. So that way you get to meet those people that are at your table. And then when the instructors are having class and there's group discussion, there's somebody at your table to lead that conversation. So what a lot of people tell me is they love that intimate setting where there's actually a table to set your notebook at and actually be able to write notes versus trying to balance it on your lap when you're doing classroom seating. And then what happens is in the afternoon, so in the morning, we have Kelly and I kicking off each morning, and then we go into a class. We have a 20-minute break. We have a second class from stage, and then we go to lunch. And at lunch, it's an hour and a half. So during that time, you can sit with whatever instructor you want and pick their brain. At other events, the larger conventions, typically lunchtime, the staff is going to eat a sandwich really quick, and then they're prepping their classroom. So you don't get to have that time with them because they're always prepping for the next class. So one of the number one things people tell me about what they like about Summit is getting to have that intimate conversation where an instructor is actually looking at you in the eye and having a full-on conversation with you. And then what we've done this year to change our schedule up is in the past, we've had 4 sessions that you sat through during the day. Now what we're doing is after lunch, we're doing our breakout sessions and we're calling them collaboration sessions. And I have a whole list I'll show you in a moment. But you can choose if you want to work on your balloon skills or if you want to work on your business skills or both. Each day, you will pick the breakout sessions you're going to be doing the next day. And the reason I don't have you pick in advance is if you picked in advance, you would change your mind after you got to Summit, met the instructors, felt the energy in the room, and sat in a class with people. You'd be like, oh no, I really need to be working on this and not what I really thought I was. So each day you're going to have those opportunities to sit in the collaboration lounge or out at the pool or next to a balloon inflator and actually either blowing up balloons or working on a business part of your business that you currently struggle in. The other thing that then happens is on Sunday night is a kickoff dinner. So for all those people who are returning delegates, this is new this year. And what the new part is that I used to just do like a dinner on, a reception with like finger foods on Sunday night for people who are mastermind members as a bonus. But I decided this time I just want everybody to sit down and have a nice meal together as our kickoff. And then we are going to do speed networking together where you're going to get to learn and meet a lot of people. We're going to have some music, some fun. We're going to be giving away our CBA certificates. And so we're going to make it a really nice kickoff dinner on Sunday night after a day of classes. Monday night is a night on your own. We're at Disney Springs Holiday in Orlando, walking distance to Disney Springs. There are a lot of great restaurants there. There's also shopping at Disney right before Christmas time. It's a great time to get Christmas gifts for your family. And so on that night, you'll get to go out and enjoy that. And then on Tuesday night, we are building balloons for our Under the Sea event that is on Wednesday night. So Tuesday in our afternoon sessions and our night session, we'll be making the balloons that are for our Under the Sea gala. And so that night, people have been asking me if you have to dress up. What we're doing this year is a combo. You can either dress your best or you can dress in a silly outfit, or some people are choosing to do a costume change and doing both. But what's great about both the garden themed event for Sunday and the Wednesday dinner is the whole reason we do it is in a theme that you can sell to proms, homecoming, corporate events, large birthday events, and corporate galas. So now you'll be able to take these photos home and market. If they don't have the budget for the entire room, there's going to be these different sections like the entrance tunnel, the photo op, the dance floor decor, the balloon drops, the side stations. You'll be able to have all these different components that even if you can't sell the entire thing, you can sell pieces of it. And my instructors are always told to make it high profit balloon decor that anybody can make. Because when you go home, you have a full color workbook that has all the recipes in it. So all you have to do is take it and share it with your staff or yourself to be able to inflate it for your clients. And then the last thing is on Thursday this year, what we learned from last year is people who stayed after the event, they were working on their computers and making the catalogs on Canva. They were putting new things up on their website. They were setting up their marketing calendar for the year. They were energized and inspired to take action, and there were people around the table to help them do that. So on Thursday, what's going to happen is you'll get to choose on Wednesday what sessions you go to on Thursday, and all of our team will be available in small rooms because we're going to take that big conference area that we've been in all week, and we're going to break it down into smaller spaces so that you can actually sit there and work on a vision board. You can create your customer management workflow. You can edit the photos and put them up on social media. And there's going to be people on our team to sit next to you and help you do it throughout the time. So
I want
go ahead.
to jump in and say what Joette can't say. I didn't go to Tough Techs, but from what little I heard, it was only really advertised on Instagram and sold out immediately, which is fine and great for them. But it only attracted a certain type of balloon artist. So you only learn from a certain type of balloon artist, from my understanding. And then as far as float goes, float nickel and dimes from bottom to top and backwards again. So if you were to go to float and look and see their schedule and it looked like this, 3 out of every classes of every day you wouldn't be able to go to because they're paid only. Classes are at different times. Everybody goes to different things, and it is organized, but it's chaotic. So it's can be overwhelming. So I will tell you the reason I enjoy going to Joette's thing, aside from all the stuff that she's already mentioned, is that I know that when I paid my registration, I was able to go to every class. I didn't have to worry about anything else. I wasn't nickel and diming on stuff. She wasn't trying to sell me a book for $30 more after. She wasn't trying to charge me $1,000 to be able to go to 2 classes at once. And I didn't have to worry about any of that. So for me, it was just the peace of mind knowing that I'm going to learn with the best in the industry and to be able to focus completely on that for the entire time. So
I'd like to pop in too.
Go ahead, Victoria.
Hey, everybody. So your question is so legitimate. I didn't see who asked it, but and Joette's energy, she is just like that all the time. But as a small business owner, I have been to all the events. And I can tell you that if you can come to Balloon Boss Summit and be a sponge, it's kind of like kids. My Aunt Tina always said, it's not what's taught, it's what's caught. And Balloon Boss Summit is exactly the same thing, because you are absorbing information from the time that your feet hit the floor until you collapse at night. And something every single day that you will absorb, you will be able to implement. And it's because we are all invested in the same exact process, which is growth. When you go to something that is oversaturated, you're just another person there, and you're caught up in the buzz of like afraid to ask a question, and I'm a very outgoing person, but I am like a wallflower at some of those events. Whereas with Joette's event, it is so much like you have met your family and you're going to step up and say, guys, I need help with this. And then you're going to get 10 or 15 Joettes that are going, da, 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 and you're going to go back with options.
I love that part of getting to go back with options. Because I think that's one of the coolest things is that, yes, you can learn a lot at other large conventions. I've been to them where there's 300, 500, 1,000 people. And what often happens is people will come up to me at those events and say, Joette, this isn't Summit. I'm like, no, this is a convention, and I don't run a convention. I run a summit. I only have 100 delegates and a team of 30 to help put it together because I want people to have that intimate experience. And I think there are pros from both types of experiences, but I know that I have found that people who come to Summit typically have a higher percentage of actually taking action on what they learn rather than just getting back into the rut when they get home, because they have formed those bonds with other people that are in the room to help them out. And what I do want to show you guys real quick is Isabel had posted in the comments that there's a replay that happens. So there is no extra cost to this. When you go, if you're a mastermind member, you guys know how my program works. Mastermind, you go in and you can access all of our training all the time that I've done since 2015. Again, if you're watching this and you're not a mastermind member and you can't come to Orlando, then at least join us in mastermind. It'll really help you out. All this great training's here, but what happens is for those of you coming to Summit, there's a replay area. So this is Summit of 21. So I want to show you what it looks like from last year. So what happens is sometimes we lose our notebook and we're on a job site and we're like, oh my gosh, somebody just taught me this and I can't find it, right? So, and actually I'm in 21 rather than 22. But what this allows you to do is go in and watch the videos from the instructors, be able to re-listen to things that you know got you spurred up and excited, and then also be able to download the notes if you've misplaced your workbook. So you can go right here, and we all make our own roadmap to success where you're writing down every day the number one thing from that day that you want to put into your business. And a full color print out workbook does come. Tough Tech's experience, I had a blast there. Really fun, high energy, lots of cool people. But there wasn't a workbook. And they did give us the things digitally afterwards, but I'm a person who likes to write as I go. So what's great is you get all these notes in advance. So you get to have information in color that tells you how to make things that you've learned throughout the week, plus the other actual designs from the classes, you know, the notes to fill in. So like on your finances or other things, those notes are all there in your notebook. So again, this is just kind of a little bit of a sampling from 21. And again, I have my videographer come and video the main classes from stage for you to be able to watch later, because I know sometimes it is overwhelming. You're like, man, I really enjoyed that speaker, but I missed part of the class because I had to go take a call from home, or, you know, I had to run to the bathroom or whatever. I'd like to go back and listen to it. So everybody gets this. And that's the other reason why our tickets are non-refundable, is if you can't come for some reason, you will get sent the workbook, and then you'll be able to go watch the replay. And I always promise that the replay will be up within a month, but often it happens much quicker than that. But I never want to promise when things have to do with technology. So did that answer your question, Patty?
Yes, yes, more so. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the third-party testimonials. And I like the idea that it's a summit versus a convention, and there's time and place. Like for me at Tough Techs, it was great meeting different vendors and talking to different vendors as well. Yeah, it was, you know, so that was a good overview of the differences. Great job.
Yay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so what I'm doing for you guys now is I am sharing with you the prep list And for those of you who are mastermind, you know how this works. I give you a Canva template. Anybody coming to Balloon Boss Summit, I do encourage you to get Canva Pro before you come, just because it is a tool that I have our instructors giving a lot of things out to that you can use. If you're a person you can't open this up for some reason, let me know and I will send it to you as a PDF. You can email me, joette@ballooncoach.com. But what I'm giving you is the packing checklist and the prep checklist. And one of the things is I want people to make sure that as they're coming to Summit, they're ready for it. And here's a couple of things to help you do that, or to any live training you go to, is set up time to text with your family, especially children, in advance. Like, look at the schedule and be like, I can text you in the morning before I go to class, or I can text you at lunch right before I go to my session, or I can get you at night right before or after dinner, right? So set those things up in advance. And I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it's also things that you can do with your staff to help prepare them, or if you're a one-man operation, things that you can set up while you're away to not have too many distractions while you're gone. And the number one thing is to come with a Balloon Boss mindset, and that is that you're going to sit in the room and you're going to learn things and you're going to grow from this week, but you have to be engaged and ready to do it. And so if you have all these distractions from home, it's not going to happen. All right. So I like to let people know that ahead of time, is do some of these things in advance to help you be in the mindset. The other thing is, I've heard of several of my friends being sick lately. So start taking vitamins now, or at least a month or 2 weeks in advance, to help get your body up and healthy and strong. And so that's always helped me by, checking out a regime of having some really good vitamins to help your body kick any yuckiness in the air, just because people are traveling. The other thing that's exciting this year is we have somebody coming from Australia, UK, Canada, and throughout the United States. So I'm super excited about that. And then the other thing I want to give you guys is the information about the afternoon sessions, because we've kind of gone through the regular part of the schedule, and I'll go back and double check that with you guys on some of the details. But our afternoon sessions, it's going to flex throughout the week. Part of it's going to be based on you guys, because my staff can attest to this. I want to make sure you have an above expected experience. And so we've changed things on the fly as needed. And sometimes I've taught something that wasn't in the book because people asked for it and I had the staff there that could do it. So this is what's currently planned, is the afternoon sessions that you'll get to that you'll be able to do throughout the week. And then some of them will be on Thursday during our inflammation time is Kelly Andrews with stress management, Eddie Halen with what's next in your end game, Sarah on the using your CRM, Nicole on 17 hats implementing a CRM, Jeff Kelly online presence, Diana Gladden practicing your sales conversation after her awesome kickoff class as our first one on Sunday. Jonathan Fudge will be helping you guys out with some Canva. Belinda Barrier, her Canva catalogs. Plus, she's also going to be talking on those wonderful centerpieces. That'll be like Saturday, Sunday. Then Misty Kaufman, personalized vinyl, along with Dory Saypool. They also are both great at Canva. Sheila Fluker, company credit, because people have been asking about how do you get credit for your company to build and retail store. Victoria West, working with 3-leg stands and accents. Eve with the basics and distortion, Mauricio with the details to distortion, Mindy basic twisting, Tammy sculptures, Charlie Walls, Stephanie Coalfield helium and high float, Bill Allen ceiling decor, dealerships retail, Jonathan Gerber ceiling decor, tunnel and lighting. We're gonna have this awesome tunnel to go into our under the sea theme. Super excited about that. Tiffany with fringe and accents for your photo op, Paul Ann props and fabric, Chris Potts balloon drops, Gary Ledbetter magical helium drops, and I always know that there's things left off as I do stuff. And with Tabitha, everybody loves tools with Tab. She is going to be helping you with framing. So for those people who have been afraid of working with tools and with bending framing, you will have opportunities to do that. And I have several other staff that will help with that also. So that's kind of your base breakout things that you'll have options to do throughout the week. And again, for those of you who don't want to touch balloons at all, you don't have to. And for those of you who don't want to do business, you can just do the balloons. Totally what fits your needs the most. And then the last thing that I needed to show you was the open schedule to make sure you knew the other things that are being taught throughout the week. So the main sessions that I feel everyone needs to be a part of, and the instructors that we're going to be learning from this stage is sales confrontation, how to close that sale. The gaining your corporate clients, corporate and schools. Tammy and Charlie were at about 200,000 when they started coming to our events a couple of years ago, and they now have grown their business over $750,000. So it's really been amazing to see them grow, going from a home-based business to multiple warehouses. I just went this summer, and for those of you in Mastermind, we did a tour of their whole place, and you have access to that in our Mastermind program. They are just awesome people and very giving, and they love to help. And so they're going to be doing our kickoff decor for the stage for the garden theme. And then Liz from Premium Common will be doing small demos each day before lunch, and then have her demo station up. Then on Monday, we've got, again, Kelly every morning is going to give us those positive tools that we need for growth, getting us kicked off and in the right mindset. So you want to make sure you're in the room by 9 a.m. Doors open every day at 8:30 for you to come in, talk to people, and hang out before we get started. Then we are going to do a systems to scale panel on Monday. I've got a team of our folks to help you. You'll be able to do the Q&A ahead of time to let us know what are your questions about taking that growth step. Paul Ann is going to be talking to us about coordinating our balloons and our props our balloons with props and fabric. Then on Tuesday, Tiffany is going to be you, confidence to grow. Tiffany has a totally different personality than I do. She is super flashy. She's very blingy. She's very Instagram. I'm not. I'm a Facebook girl. I'm a little bit older. I'm a little bit older in the industry, but we both have this passion to help other people grow and be who they want to be. And so I had several people who'd gone to her training that she had done a couple of years ago and talked about how amazing it was. And so she will be helping you increase your confidence to grow the business the way you want to. So super excited about that. And then Bill, we talked about earlier with doing the monthly contracts and dealerships. Wednesday, we will have Jonathan Gerber on letting go of control and how do you trust staff and other people to help you with your business. Belinda will be teaching her awesome centerpieces and her catalog tips to help you sell more. And then on Thursday, that's the implementation time. So everything that you've learned throughout the week, there are going to be small places to break out into the smaller classrooms, our collaboration lounge, out at the pool. Maybe a couple of you will choose to go up to your room, whatever. Maybe some of you will go down downtown Disney, but there will be all these sessions going on where there's staff available to help you get on your laptop and take the action now before you walk out the door. So that is Summit in a nutshell. And what I'm going to do is make sure that you guys know that if you are ready to take that step and join us, I would love for the people who are on the call right now who've been to Summit before, if you can type into the chat, what is the number one reason you are coming back? So go to BalloonCoach.com if you're ready to come. And right here at the top, it says join us at Summit. There is a video that shows you a little bit more about training.
Screen. We don't see it.
Oh my gosh, that whole time I was talking, you guys didn't see my screen?
Sorry, I texted, but I didn't.
No, I could see it.
Oh, bummer. Oh goodness.
I saw it too.
Okay, so somebody saw my screen with the schedule?
There's quite a few of us that have it.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I thought I had it on. Okay, but I must have turned it off accidentally. Okay, so here at BalloonCoach.com, you click on Balloon Boss Summit. And then there's a video that shows you some highlights from last year. A reminder, if you're wanting to do the CBA exam, you must turn all of your stuff into Qualitex by October 4th. I have nothing to do with putting on the CBA exam other than I'm allowing the room to be used at Summit. And that's why you have to have a ticket to Summit to come to the CBA exam there, is because I'm paying through the registrations of Summit for that ballroom to be used. So come and hang out and take that. If you have got it just sitting on your shelf and you haven't done it yet, this shows you some of the fun professional photography and things that we've done in the past. And then you just go on down and grab your ticket here. Reminder, the price does go up on September 1st to $29.97. If you are a current Balloon Boss Mastermind member or you choose to join first, you can get that $300 discount on your ticket. If you need more information on that, email joette@BalloonCoach.com, or if you're a mastermind already, you just send me a message in Mastermind and I'll make sure you've got that code. So I'm going to check my chat to see what questions I have. If you are willing to open up your mic to ask questions, feel free. Let's see. So Isabel is going back because why wouldn't she? Oh, and then I got other things. She goes, she loves the whole thing, the pictures, meeting people, and getting accountability partners to help her take the action. And she's also said, why not? You get to travel and have fun too. Dale is coming back because his business has done a 180 from what it was when he attended the first summer and his first summit, and the fear of messing out because now Becky and his daughter will be coming and learning more. So they registered first. They're going to be taking their CBA, and so he's coming back because he doesn't want to miss out on the fun that they're going to be having. I love it. Lenore, do you want to open up your mic?
Sure.
And you can do your camera too if you want, or you don't have to. Why are you coming back?
I love going to this because of just the number of instructors that are there. And I remember my very first year, I went and I got there early and I just walked downstairs not even knowing. And that was when you guys were doing the first day build. And I got to work with Tabitha, and she taught me like the right way to use high float and different things, but we were working side by side. It was excellent. And then, you know, Belinda was there and showing me things she had made that were so inexpensive for her to make and fair for her clients to buy. Just so many one-on-one conversations is really what's really cool. The lessons are great. The booklet is amazing, but the one-on-one, when you don't even expect to be standing next to someone like that. And, you know, I was in awe of some of these people, and it was just great because they're there learning and wanting to participate just like I was.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. And the thing is just, again, I hand select my instructors for people that I know are willing to sit and talk with you and make you a priority in their day versus just walking off and going to the room and doing something else. So they're there to help you take that next level in your business. And the bottom line is with Balloon Coach, whether you're in our Balloon Boss Mastermind program or Summit or both, is it's to help surround you by positive, uplifting people who are going to encourage you and cheer you on when things get bad, when things get rough, when your family could care less about balloons or hearing anything about your day and your customers. Your balloon family, your balloon tribe gets it and understands it. And so when you're able to be in a room with 130 people and just getting to have those conversations and that outlet, there's this magical energy that comes from being understood. And then when you learn, there's this ignition that goes off in the room, and you're on fire and you're ready to take that next step. And one of my favorite things that I always love to talk about is Tabitha. And Tabitha Miller came to our event originally after being a face painter, similar to Sarah. She won a scholarship to come to Summit the first year, and then she came back, and she was that person that always had her hand up in the room, always asking questions. And when our business people were talking about things that you could do on your website and automation, she's like, yes, please, I need that. I want it now. And then she did it. And then when somebody talked about stuffed balloons, she's like, yes, I want to do that. And so now she took that stuffed balloon concept, she put the automation in, and while sitting at Summit, sold those Santa's helpers in a balloon to her clients while sitting at the class in Orlando. And so that's the kind of stuff that gets me excited, is when I see people find new technology, find new ways to be more efficient in their business, and they take action on it immediately and help them increase their income. That's priceless. So what I'm going to do is read a couple more of the comments, and then, as I do with all of my mastermind trainings and every other class I ever do, is at the end I turn off the recording so that more conversation can happen, but I want to make sure that I don't miss this. Marie is saying that Summit is absolutely amazing. Last year was my first, and I'll be back again this year. After the summit, the support is outstanding. The skills taught and shared are priceless. Let's see. See if there's anything else I missed. So Belinda's sharing, even if you don't know anyone, you will leave with a bunch of new friends. And one of the things that I've got this year is I've got an extra set of people to be a part of our welcome committee. Denise Allen, Stacy Jones, Misty, Dory, and the list goes on. Misty, and they're going to make sure that you feel welcome and get you connected to someone else right away, and that you have people to come to throughout the week if you have questions that come up. But what I have found is people make fast friends and learn not to be wallflowers, but just to engage and learn throughout the event and making new friends. So thank you for everyone who came on live tonight. If you're watching this as a replay, just a reminder, September 1 price goes up. So I'm sorry if you're watching this later on as a replay. Join our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, and then it gives you $300 off. So even with the $97 investment, it's still a $200 savings for you. So and then you get the extra support of Balloon Boss Mastermind. If you have other questions, you can always email me, joette@BalloonCoach.com. And then I also want to share with you here on BalloonCoach.com on the website. Are you guys seeing the Balloon Coach website, by the way? Just checking. Okay. So on the Balloon Coach website, this talks about our mastermind program, but right underneath in the bright colored balloons, it says book a 10-minute call. So you can click here and book a 10-minute session with me. If you don't see a time that works for you, just email me, joette@BalloonCoach.com. I'll be glad to work you into my schedule. So guys, thanks for those who are on live tonight. We're going to go ahead and pause the recording now, and I hope to see you in Orlando November 4th through the 9th. The main classes are the 5th through the 9th, but you can come in the extra day for extra bonus time, hands-on builds for Under the Sea and garden party. So the garden party will start on Saturday, and then Under the Sea build will start on Monday as our two main things, but there's also extra little breakouts that will happen throughout the week. And email joette@BalloonCoach.com if you have any other questions. All right, a great question was asked, and that is what to wear at Balloon Boss Summit. And number one is, for the kickoff, you want to have your logo gear with you. On Saturday, it's a build day, so you just want to be comfortable in whatever you wear. I definitely encourage tennis shoes, closed-toe shoes that are comfortable. Then typically in our air-conditioned facility, even though we're in Florida, it is air-conditioned and we keep it cool. So you typically want to be in jeans or pants, and then either a logo t-shirt or polo. You can do just casual dress if you like. And then make sure that you have a sweater or jacket with you, especially if you're a person that gets cold easily. You may want to have multiple layers, like a jacket and a sweater, because some people will tell me they're freezing and other people will tell me they're hot. So we typically the rooms are kept cool because it is a convention space. You will want to bring something bright colored or just your logo for our Sunday night dinner. It's a garden theme. So you can be fun and silly if you want to be with it, or you can just wear your logo items as we're meeting, mixing, and mingling. On our Wednesday night event, it is an Under the Sea theme, and you can be formal, or you can be fun, or you can be both. So let's say you've got a mermaid tail costume and you want to have a picture of you by the Under the Sea thing in the mermaid. You can have that on at the first and then switch, or you can put the formal on first and then switch into the fun and silly. Probably I would go formal first for dinner and then fun and silly at the end. Totally up to you though. what we're doing is throughout the evening, when you first come into our evenings on Sunday night and on Wednesday night, we do have pictures, like kind of a red carpet area. We have a photo op that we set up with our photographer to take your images as you arrive, so you can have it as a picture by yourself, or if you've brought somebody with you. On Wednesday night is a dinner that we do allow family to have tickets. I do have to confirm that ticket price this week with my hotel, but you can purchase, if you have a family member in town that wants to come to the dinner, we do extra tickets for Wednesday night. I encourage people to have the closed-toed shoes. And then, like I said, typically most people are business casual. They're either wearing their logo shirts or they're wearing the Balloon Boss Summit shirt. Typically we'll wear that Balloon Boss Summit shirt on our kickoff day. But I think for this year, I'm going to do it where we wear that on the second day of the event. And then let's see what else. So yeah, jeans or pants are great. If you like to work out, there is a gym. If you like to swim or hot tub, there is a pool. We are Florida, so you can bring those with you. Sunglasses, if you're spending time out of the pool, that sweater or jacket. And then the other things I always encourage people to bring is make sure you bring a laptop with you, because we are going to be working. Make sure you bring your phone, headphones if you like to listen to other things. Make sure that you make room on your phone to be able to take more pictures, and then have those battery backups for your phone, because you might be working on your phone all day long, putting ideas in it and things like that. And so having that power cord and that extra little charger pack is really great. And then the other stuff, not as important to tell you about, but the clothes, basically the themes are Under the Sea and Garden, and then your logo. And then if you've been to past summits and want to wear your past summit outfits, also a lot of people like to work with an apron that they put their scissors and tape and stuff in. So for during the hands-on time in the afternoon, or on Saturday for the builds, you may want to bring that work apron or the tool belt if you like working with that. Hey guys, for those of you watching this as a replay, just a reminder, go to BalloonCoach.com, click Join Us on Summit, and you're able to grab your ticket and see all the details of our instructor lineup and what to expect for Balloon Boss Summit. Hope to see you in Orlando.